Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to all my lovely regular viewers, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. So as normal, it's another glitter bells tutorial because you all know how much I love glitter bells. I have showed a little CJP one there that I thought I was going to use, but I ended up not using it. So this is more or less a follow-on video from the forms, or the different nail form video that I did yesterday. So I just wanted to, this is a requested video, so I just wanted to do a little set, and I thought this time I would go with the blue shades. So usually whenever I'm sculpting out my nails, I will usually use glass slippers, but as you can see, I can't get it open. So I'm going to sculpt them out with the pink opal just for a change, but I will go, I'm hoping that my husband was going to be home from, he went out for a run, and I was kind of hoping that he would have been back before I started this, but I've started anyway. So I'm going in with pink opal and I'm just going to sculpt out. I'm going to do these fairly long, so I'm going to bring it down to about a size 12. So pink opal is a core powder, so it's perfect for sculpting out. It's perfect to use if you're just putting a gel polish over the top of it. It's probably one of my go-to acrylic powders for clients that are just having a gel polish colour on top. I don't really sculpt out too much, I don't really use glass slippers over tips or anything very much. I prefer sort of the pinkiness of the pink opal. It kind of gives the client's nail bed just that little bit more of a nicer colour. So the first bead that I place whenever I'm using nail forms is what I call my contact bead. So I place it just where the natural nail bed ends and the nail form begins. So that is your contact bead. So you're going to place your form there, feather it out just so there's no obvious line, and then you're going to use the belly of your brush just to bring it down to create the length of your nail. And then after that, because I'm going to be doing acrylic on top of this, I am sculpting these out really thinly. So I only want to put just the same as you would if you were using tips and you put your clear base on before you use your colour. That's exactly what I'm trying to achieve here by sculpting out. So moving on now to the middle finger, and I'm going in with what I call my contact bead. So you can see I'm going to place it just where the natural free edge comes into contact with the nail form. So I'm using the belly of my brush just to pat it out to the width of my nail, just to create the side walls, and then I'll use the belly of my brush just to create the length. So I'll try and just drag it down as much as I can. I am doing fairly long beads, or very long nails, so I don't expect to be able to do it all in one go, because I don't have a really large brush. I'm using Glitter Planets. No, I'm not actually. I'm using Brillbird's size 12 acrylic brush today. So in now with my second bead of acrylic, and I've placed it just more or less before the last bead ended, and I feathered it back just to make contact with it, and then I'm using the belly and the sides of my brush just to bring it down to the length and to do the shape that I want. So it's a bit ironic for me, the set that I'm sculpting out at the minute, I am currently removing. So I have literally just done it for this video, and I've removed them straight away just because with the damage that's on my nails already, I just thought it's better just to take the acrylic right off. So I didn't really prep them properly the way I normally would if I was keeping them on. So I didn't buff over the nails or anything. I just kind of went over my nails with some acetone just to pull some oils out of them, and that would just help the acrylic stick. So yeah, as I'm doing this voiceover, I am removing that set. So at the start of this set, I was unable to open my normal size of my glass slippers, and I said my husband is out for a run. He still isn't home, so I am going to be using some angel paper on my ring finger, so I really needed to use glass slippers. So the only one that I have is the massive big one, is it 1 kilo? Yeah, so that's what I'm currently using to sculpt out this nail. You can see, obviously, because I've sculpted the rest of the nails out with the pink opal, and now I'm doing it with the glass slippers. Sculpting out with the pink opal is so much easier because you can actually get to see the shape of your nail. With the glass slippers, and especially these forms, it's very hard to see the shape that you're doing, just to make sure that you have it done really nice and neat. Another thing is that I've noticed, obviously, with sculpting with different products, when I'm sculpting with the pink opal, it kind of seems to hold better. It holds like the product tighter. I hope you know what I mean. Where with the glass slippers, even though I'm picking up the same amount of liquid, the same size of beads, it tends to sort of spread out more. The pink opal tends to hold its shape, the bead shape, more than the glass slippers does. So back to the pinky finger, or back with the pink opal and the pinky finger. So you can see, even just looking down on the nails as they are now, you can see the nails have been sculpted out with the pink opal. You can see the shape of them, where the one that's been sculpted out in the clear, obviously it's crystal clear and you can't even see anything on the nail. That's one of the things I like about the glass slippers. It is so clear, but definitely I prefer sculpting out with the pink opal. Onto my thumb now, and I've deliberately kept the putting of this form on just to show whoever hasn't watched my previous video before this one, just how you have to adapt your nail forms to fit on really short nails. So my thumbs are really flat. There is no C curve whatsoever in them, and they are really short. So the Glitterbel's nail forms come like very pointed. The actual, as I call, the free edge bit of the nail form that touches the free edge on your client or yourself, it's very pointed. So for someone who has really short nails, you have to adapt it to fit. Otherwise you're going to get a lot of acrylic go in underneath the nail. So if you have the Glitterbel's forms, or if you want to watch the video that explains all this before, I will pop the link in the description box to that video, and you'll be able to see just all the different types of nail forms that I use, because all our clients are different. You know, they've got different size nails. Even some of the nail tips that I have noticed recently, the thumbnails really don't go up that big. So if you've got a client that has quite large nail beds, sometimes the thumbs, depending on what type of nail tips you're using, you have to sculpt it out. So it's handy to know how to fit the forms onto badly bitten nails or really short flat nails like this. So I've sculpted out all the base layers of my stiletto nails, and I'm just going to take the forms off now. I'm not going to show them all being taken off because they're all done in exactly the same way. Now that all the nail forms are off, I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to shape them exactly the way I would have as if I was finishing the nail, because I just want to get sort of the overall shape that I'm doing, because I am going to go ahead and put more acrylic on top of this. So I just want to make sure that they're all the same length and roughly the same shape. Okay, so I have semi-filed them all up, but they're by no means perfect, but it's literally just my base. But before I go ahead and do anything else, I want to get the angel paper cut to size and placed on the nails first. So I just cut a sliver just around the size of my nail and I'm crumpling it up. Angel paper works so much better and looks so much nicer if it's crumpled up before it's put on the nails. So I stick it down with just nail glue. You can, if you're doing it with a gel polish, stick it down with either a base gel or your nail glue. I do find that the nail glue works so much better. So it doesn't take long for it to stick, and then I'll go ahead and I'll place the acrylic over the top of it and encapsulate the rest of this angel paper. So once I've pressed it all into shape, just to cut it to the size of the nail, I just run my nail file just along the edges and that kind of cuts it all off. So as I said, they are just filed into a kind of stiletto shape. It's not the perfect shape, but it's enough to give me a rough idea of the length and shape of the nails. So I'm going in with a double bead. So I've picked up a bead of the royal blue and I've picked up a bead of sky blue, which is like a shimmery one. So I'm not doing a marble nail. I don't know what you would call this. It's kind of just like the two colours are ombre or blended together, but I'm just working it that way, just down the nail, just alternating where I put the darker blue and the lighter blue. Up at the cuticle area, I'm going in with Seafoam Crush, and then I'm going to come in now with Blue Ice, which is this gorgeous multi-shaped glitter, pre-mixed glitter from Glitterbels. So I'm just placing this on certain places throughout the nail, and then all that's left to do in that nail is to cap it. Moving on now to the ring finger, and this is going to be an ombre nail. So I'm going to be ombreing the blue at the top and just blending it down into that angel paper. So this is the royal blue, and then going to place the sky blue and ombre it down over the top of that. Oh my goodness, they are so bumpy because that acrylic has been put over the angel paper that was on the nail bed area. So I'm so thankful that I'm able to file and shape these after. So just to complete the transition of the ombre with the angel paper, I've went in with some of the Seafoam Crush and also some more of that Blue Ice. Moving on now to the middle nail, and I'm going to do some colour blocking on this one. So I'm starting up at the cuticle area with Pinkerbel cover. This is my favourite cover powder from Glitterbels. I absolutely love it. It's so easy to work with and the coverage of it is great. So I'm just bringing that down just past my natural nail bed and bringing it down in a diagonal, and then I'm going to use my little craft knife and just cut it off nice and clean. I'll come back to the middle finger once that area has cured, and I'll be able to file it into a nice crisp straight line. So moving on now to the pointer finger, and I'm doing this the same as the little finger. So like I said, it's not a marble. I don't know what to call this. Is it a, oh, I don't know. Is it a tie-dye? Is it a blend? I don't know. But anyway, it's almost like a non-bread blend the whole way down the nail. And just to finish this one and to tie it all in with the rest of the nails so that each nail is different, I've went in with some more of that Seafoam Crush, and I'll finish off with some more of the Blue Ice. Onto the thumbnail, and I'm going back in again with Pinkerbel cover just to do an extended nail bed. So I'm just going to bring this one down in the shape of a smile line, just so that every nail is completely different. Back to the middle finger now, and that Pinkerbel cover has cured. So I'm getting with my hand file just to crisp up that smile line. Well, it's not a smile line, it's a diagonal line, but that's just going to make it nice and crisp whenever I butt the royal blue up next to it. You can see when I first place the royal blue onto the nails, it does naturally marble. But once I start to push it and pat it into place, you can see the colour becomes a bit more consistent. Yeah, it seems to be with Glitterbels, the darker colours, especially the blues and the purples, seem to marble quite a lot. Now, I know that I think they've said that they have white or something in it, but yeah, a lot. I mean, the likes of the purples from Not Polish, they don't marble, so I don't know if it's maybe just a thing with Glitterbels, but anyway, the colours are still gorgeous, and as long as you know how to work with one that naturally marbles, it shouldn't make a difference. Again, now that blue has started to mattify, I'm going in with my little craft knife just to get a nice clean cut. And now that it's cured, I'm just going in with my hand file again just to crisp up that line so that whenever I place the next powder up against it, it's nice and neat. So the next colour that I'm going in with is the sky blue, the one that I've used on the rest of the nails as well. But what I have noticed with some of the pearlescent colour powders from Glitterbels is that they do take slightly longer to cure than the normal coloured or the core powders. To complete the colour blocking on this nail, I'm going back in with more of the royal blue. So no glitter on this nail because I am going to go in and add some crystals and rhinestones. Just to finish this nail, I'm going back in with the Pinkerbel cover and I'm just going to bring that right down to the free edge. Moving on now to the thumb again, and I did file the smile line off camera. Sorry, I forgot to hit record, but I'm going back in with some more of that royal blue just up around the smile line, and I'm just going to blend it down towards the free edge, and then I'm going to finish the rest of the nail off with the blue ice. So that's all the coloured acrylic on. All that's left to do now is to cap them all in the glass slippers. Again though, just to keep the length of the video down, I'm only going to show one of the nails being capped because they're all capped in exactly the same way. So all the glass slippers has cured, and before I do any of the filing and shaping, I'm just going to replace the infills on my Glitterbel's metal board file. So I said before, because I use this on myself, you can't reuse your files, obviously, with industry regulations on clients. So I use this on myself, and I normally get about maybe 3 sets of nails out of it. So it's yeah, it's definitely worth it. You get super straight edges, and I think it works out, is it like 30p a file? Yeah, so much cheaper as well than just buying the other files. So my filing routine, as usual, whether I'm doing coffin nails, square nails or stiletto nails, I still always start at the sidewall and I make sure they're nice and straight. I then go to the lower arch, which I'm doing right now, and making sure that's nice and straight and coming out in line with the natural nail bed. Once I've done all that, because this is a stiletto nail, I'm going to wait to do the free edge right at the very end. So I'm going to go up around the rest of the nail, the cuticle area and the whole structure of the nail. I'll then go in with my 5-in-1 E-file bit in the fine and just get my cuticles really flush. So this set, I'm literally just doing it today for a video for you. So my nails are a little bit battered, my cuticles are... I'm actually embarrassed about my cuticles at the minute. But yeah, so there is going to be more of a little gap because I just don't want to go too close to my cuticles. I just want to give them a bit of a break. But I still like to do videos for you guys. So all the filing and shaping has all been done. I'm just going to give them a quick wipe over with some alcohol just to remove any of the dust and debris, and then it's top coat time. I can't wait to use top coat on this set, especially because I've used the angel paper. This angel paper is gorgeous. Now another thing you can do with the angel paper is you can put it over coloured acrylic and it'll kind of take on the colour that's below it. But because I was going with the kind of blue themes, I just kept it with a glass nail, and I think that it's just turned out really pretty. The top coat is all cured, and just to finish these nails off, I'm just going to go in and place some rhinestones. So again, I'm using my rhinestone glue from Tenator, which I absolutely love. It's like cement, and I'm just going to place just a variety of different stones. On the thumbnail, instead of placing just different rhinestones, I'm going in with one of the larger rhinestone charms that you can get online, and then I'm just going to cure them all in place using my little LED torch. As always, when I finish any nail service, I always finish with cuticle oil just to rehydrate the cuticles, and here is the finished set. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll be back with another video, so take care. See you soon. Bye.